Hey guys, welcome to Archi Tools. In this video, I'll be teaching you how we can create a parametric L sofa which can be adjusted according to the number of seats. So, without wasting any time, let's get into it. To start with, I will go to my new and select the category. I just want it in the Imperial system. So I'll go to English Imperial and just find the furniture. This is the template I want and I'll click on open. Side by side, I have also opened a reference for me. Taking this reference, I will be modeling the sofa. First of all, you can see that the base for each seat as well as the backrest. This is a common thing. So what we can do is we can provide a separate family for this and for the backrest too, and we'll nest it all together in a new family. So first of all, we'll be modeling this part. So I'll make an extrusion, and for that I have to take the size. 6 inches the depth, and the width would be around 2 feet. So I'll make a rectangle and make this 2 feet by 2 feet. Move it to the center and keep the depth 6 inches. Going into the 3D view, it's quite like a box. I want it to be chamfered like this. We can make a sweep from top and bottom in void. I'll go to create and go to void forms and go to void sweep. I'll go to my reference level and sketch my path. So this will be my path at the boundary edges. Click on OK and go to the edit profile. So I'm going to create a curve from top like this and create a curve. So I'm going to need this on the other side as well, which is below. So I'll select it and click on DM. Make sure to click on the copy and then I'll press on OK. So this somewhat looks like this, pretty much like a sofa. Next, I would be needing my beadings in between, the punctures, the solid points which are provided in the centers. 4 are to be precise. So for that, I will again go to my Revit and in the reference level, first I will provide my reference points. For that, I will draw my reference plane vertically and horizontally. One to the edge as well and above. Similarly for the vertical. Now I will press on dimension and make it equal. So vertically it's equally divided. I'll follow the same process for the horizontal portion as well. So these 2 points are the positions where I would be providing my beadings. So again, I have to create a void form. Now this time, I will require a revolve. I will create my boundary line. For that, I have to go to my front view, click on this, and set my work plane again because initially I was working in reference level. I have to go to the elevation view and I have to click on set to front and click on OK. Now I'll create my boundary line. Line would be somewhat like half inch here, around half inch here, and a curve. I'll provide my axis line. This would be my axis around which it will rotate and press on OK. Go to my 3D view. So this is a void which is pretty small, I guess. So I just want to make this a little bigger. For that, I will select this and go to my front elevation and edit revolve. This time I will move it to 2 inches. Place it somewhat below. Again, checking the 3D view. Going to the shadow. I think this look pretty much fine. I'll select this revolve and move it to my desired location. Press on disjoin if it's not moving. Again, I'll select it and place it to my desired locations. The seating has somewhat been made. I would also like to provide more detail to it. So I'll create an extrusion for the buttons. Going to the 3D view Checking its size would be somewhat 5 inch and depth would be 4.5. This is looking nice. I'll copy the same for the other regions as well. Going to the 3D view. Now this single module has been made. I will save it. Family. Name the family. I'll name it as sofa base. Better name it seat. And save it somewhere. Again, I will create a new file. This time, I would be making my sofa base. So the base somewhat looks like a rectangular platform, and below is a stud provided at all the corners. So I'll go to extrusion. Considering the depth of the sofa as well as the backrest, I think two feet 8 inches would be fine. I want my base to be parametric. For that, I will provide my reference planes at the edges. This is a center point for the L sofa, and this depth will be 2 feet 8 inch. Similarly, this is fixed center point, and taking the dimension for the above part, this will also be 2 feet 8 inches. I will align it and lock it. Similar way, I'll do this for this region as well. So, in similar to the seats, this portion is also somewhat chamfered at the edges, keeping it at a height of 4 inches above, and the total height would be 1 feet. And considering the seat depth also, so 1 feet is the extrusion end, and after that 6 inch depth seat will be there. 1 feet 6 inch total will be the seat height, which is a standard size. So this is fine. Next is I will be placing my bases. Now for making the base, I will go to create and use blend. I will create my base. The base is squarish, so I'll provide a smaller rectangle. 3 by 3 is fine, and I'll edit a top, which would be 5 by 5 inch by 5 inch. I'll place it at the center. Keeping at top height of 4 inch and press on OK. Now checking it, keeping it at a 4 inch, not 4 feet, my bad. So one of the bases have been made. Actually, it's better that we make this also in a single family, where likewise we have made for the seats. So we can copy this, and I'll just go to my previous family, which we have been making already made, and I'll copy this part. Go to my reference level, remove all this, since these all things are not needed now, and I'll move it to my center position. Again, I'll save it, naming it as sofa base. I'll load it as a family now. So by this way, it will be more adjustable. I'll keep it in the shade so I can adjust. I'll draw a reference line, provide a dimension. 4 inches would be fine. And I will align it to the center and lock it. So if the edge part moves, this moves along with, if I have logged it, as you can see. Similar way, the depth won't be increasing, so I need not to pay attention to this. What I can do is I can provide a dimension here as well, keeping it at 4 inches, and here also. Aligning and locking it. This part has been made. Similar way, I have to provide a reference plane here as well, and at this edge as well. So these are the points. Firstly, I will consider all the points where I need to place it. So these are the points. Again, I have to provide a reference for this as well. I'll align this and lock it. Again, I'll just insert my family, which I have just made for the seats. Place it somewhere here. Moving it at 1 feet height. Now, this is currently a 5-seater sofa. If I add one more, this will be a 6-seater sofa, and this will be a 7-seater sofa. As you can see in the image, the seats are somewhat coming out from the structure of the sofa. So the same thing I will be like to do in our family as well. I'll provide a reference plane for this point and this region, and I'll move it around 1.5 inches, and I'll align this with my cushions. Checking once and from the 3D view if it's looking fine. It's somewhat, I would require a little less outward. zero point 0.5 would be fine, I think. I'll check in 3D once. No, we can keep it around 1 inch. Checking into 3D. This is somewhat looking fine. So I'll follow the same procedure on the other end as well, keeping this at 1 inch. What I'll be doing is this part, as you can see here, this part is an extended part without a backrest. So I'll duplicate this family and check for the extent for uphill region I want it. So it's coming to 2 feet 9 inches, and considering 1 inch uh, overhang, it will be 2 feet 10 inches. So I'll go to the edit family, and I'll make a new family for that. After making the seats of the sofa, next I'll be making the backrest for the sofa. And if I take my reference image, so we'll start from the left side. We have a handrest, and on the back side we have backrest for the back cushions, which is extended till the 5-seater sofa. It is not extended till the 6-seater sofa. So we'll start modeling the backrest part. I'll create an extrusion, and for the handrest area, I'm taking 10 inch. I'll lock the spaces, locking this as well. So this is one of the extrusion, which is starting from 1 feet to 1 feet, 10 inches. Now I'll check the 3D. If it's looking fine, I'll make it 2 feet. Next, I just want to chamfer this, as the edges are more curved, not in a perfect square fashion. So I'll go to my reference level and create a white sweep sketch path, picking the boundary of the handrest, locking that as well, and editing the profile. Going to one of the views, and creating a profile like this. I'll copy this profile for the upper part as well. Now after making and checking it in 3D, I think we can improvise that by avoiding the curvature from the bottom part and only providing the curvature on the top part. So again, going to the elevation and editing the profile. I'll remove the profile part from the below portion. Again, checking the 3D. Now it's looking much better. I'll align this part, because since I'll provide a parameter for this extension in order to increase my sofa seat count. So I'll lock it with both the faces on the edge side. Next is I'll provide the backrest over here. So again, I'll go to the extrusion and create my extrusion. This part will be a slightly tapered. So I'll create a white sweep, and just checking the reference plane is fine. I'll sketch my path. Now I'll be making a family of the backrest cushions. For that, I'll be opening my already made family, which is a sofa seat. I'll open that, and I'll try to improvise this family. I'll just check the inclination for the seat and backrest. I'll take my dimension, which is the angular dimension, how much degrees it's tilted. It is 10. So I'll go to my back cushion family and I'll be rotating this. First, I'll move it to 90 degree. Before moving, make sure to click on this disjoin and then rotate. Moving upwards, and I'll press on spacebar to pick the base point through which I'll rotate. Mark it 10 degrees. So I've made my angle. If I go to my front, it will be looking like this. But I want my dots to be like have horizontal dots in the middle. First of all, I'll provide a reference plane from the front, and I'll take the dimension. It is coming 1 feet 9 inches. I'll be moving it to 1 feet 6 inches. And next, I'll be providing a reference plane to the center part. Next, I'll move my dot to this part. Actually, I'll be moving this part. Remove this part. Click on SD. I'll be saving this family, naming sofa back cushion, and I'll be loading it to my main family. Clicking onto the wireframe so that I can take a reference on which part I have to place. After I have done all the modeling for the sofa, now I'll try to provide the parameters for the number of seats in the sofa. I have one instance or type parameter for this part over here. This part will be fixed and the number of seats will increase or decrease from here on. So first of all, I will provide a parameter to this and name it as width. So it's telling me of the constraints I have to remove. I have to remove the constraints in order for this parameter to work. Now I'll just check what things are moving if I change with the parameters over here. So if I keep it at 7 feet, go into 3D. So the bottom part is fine. What is conflicting is this part. So I'll go over here, undo what I have done. And what I'll do is I'll select this, both parts, the solid along with the void, and make a group of that. Similarly, since this part would be moving along with the parameter, I am making a group of that. But in this case, the back portion must reduce if I just decrease or increase the parameter. So first of all, I'll align this. And again, I'll check with my parameter. Just before doing that, I'll hide this part and I'll check with this back portion. So I'll provide a reference plane, provide a dimension, and lock these two parts. This is important in order to make the back portion parametric. Similarly, I'll do with the sketch part. Align this end with this dot. Now I'm checking if this is gonna work or not. Undoing what is hidden, and now I'll change my width of the sofa. So again, this part is misbehaving. As you can see, this part is moving correctly, but still I have problem with this one. So thing is not working. I have to create a new family and then nest it to my current family. I'll open one of the already made families and I'll copy this part. I'll name the family sofa handrest and load into my main family. I'll remove the extrusion part and align this. Now checking once again with the changing of parameter. Now it's working correctly. I'll just move it down. Yeah, this one is looking fine. So this whole portion has been made parametrically stable. Next, I have to work with the number of cushions. That is comparatively easy to what we have done. What we require is, I'll select these two parts and provide a visibility parameter to this. For providing the parameter, if this seat is removed, we have 5-seater sofa. So I'll name it as 5-seater sofa and provide it in type parameter. Next, I will provide a reference plane over here, providing an offset of 10 inches, considering the armrest size, and take the dimension once again. So this is one of the instance, and I'll copy this once again, just because I want to provide 7-seater sofa. So I'll again provide a reference plane with an offset of 10 inches. And take the dimension. So this one is 11 feet 7 1 by 32 inches. Now I'll open a new project. And I'll close this one. For the visibility of this one as well, I'll provide a name of 7-seater sofa. So we have two options. One is 5-seater sofa, one is 7-seater sofa. Actually, I'll just rename this 5-seater sofa as 6-seater sofa and press on OK. Now, I'll load this family into the project. First of all, I'll duplicate this part and name this as 5-seater sofa. For this, what I would be needing is, I don't want 6-seater and 7-seater sofa, right? As well as I have to look into the width. So for the width, 5-seater sofa width has 7 feet 7 1 by 32 inches. So I'll provide the width for that. So we have made a 7-seater sofa for us, 5-seater sofa for us. Next, I'll be making a 6-seater sofa. I'll go here and duplicate it once again. This time, I'll name it as 6-seater sofa. What I need is, I need visibility of only 6-seater sofa, and I'll tick mark it and press on OK. Next is, I would be wanting the width which I'll require for the 6-seater sofa. So I'll go to my family and I'll again draw a reference plane with an offset of 10 inches. I'll take the dimension. It's 971 by 32. So for the 6-seater sofa, I'll write 971 by 32 inches. So in this way, our 6-seater sofa has been made. Next, if I'll be wanting a 7-seater sofa similarly, I'll just repeat the process, duplicate it, name it as 7-seater sofa, click on OK. Click this part also because we want 6-seater sofa as well as the 7-seater sofa cushions. So I'll select both these parts and click on OK. Next is, as we have done in the previous parts, I'll check the overall dimensions which are required for the width. So that is coming 11, 7, 1 by 32 inches. And select this. I'll write 11, 7, 1 by 32 inches and press on OK. After making all the three types of sofa which I intended to create, I'll do just one last thing, which is I'll close this file by obviously saving it. But my main motive would be to edit the family which I have created over here, because I have created all these options which was not present in the family otherwise. So I'll again go to edit family from here, and I can see the types which I have created in the project. I'll again save my family. So yes, in this way, we have created a family which has three type parameters based on the number of seats. One is 5-seater, the other is 6-seater, and 7-seater as well. You can create more options based on the sofa seats which you want. This was an example for the L sofa. You can similarly use the same reference for creating other types of sofas as well. I hope you have enjoyed the learning process and the final outcome. If you have loved the effort, please do like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any query in the comment box. Until then, have a great time. Take care.